Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to my channel AcademicTuber. Today we are going to discuss Unit 3 from Grade 10 Science, that is energy. Before that, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe this channel and for more update hit the bell icon. If you want more videos related to this, please like and do share these videos among your friends, and don't forget to give your valuable response in comment section. Energy. The capacity of doing work is called energy and its SI unit is joule. Sources of energy. The materials which provide the requisite amount of energy are known as sources of energy. Types of sources of energy. The sources of energy which can be used directly to produce heat energy are known as primary energy sources. Example of primary energy sources are wood, coal, dung, solar energy, etc. whereas the sources of energy which are derived from primary energy sources are known as secondary energy sources. Example: water, gas, producer gas, etc. According to the nature of lifespan, that is, according to time replacement, sources of energy can be divided into two groups. They are non-renewable sources of energy and renewable sources of energy. Non-renewable sources of energy. The sources of energy which take millions of years to build up and once exhausted are not easily available again are called non-renewable sources of energy. They are also called exhaustible sources of energy because once they are used, they take millions of years to replenish. Example: petrol, fossil fuel, etc. Renewable sources of energy. The sources of energy which can be reproduced in short time and can be used continuously for a long time are called renewable sources of energy. They are also called inexhaustible sources because their reserve can supply energy indefinitely. Example: wind energy, biomass, etc. Now we are going to discuss some of the advantages of non-renewable sources of energy. Non-renewable sources of energy, they are available again and again, and they are not expected to be exhausted, and they do not cause any pollution. Now we are going to discuss some of the major sources of energy, and here in one number it comes sun. The energy obtained from sun is called solar energy. The sun provides us heat and light. Sun emits 27 into 10 to the power 23 kilowatt energy per second. Out of this 1 square meter of the Earth's surface receives 1.4 kilojoule of energy per second from the sun. Some of the facts. So here are some of the facts about the sun. The mass of sun is 2 into 10 to the power 30 kg, diameter 1.4 into 10 to the power 6 km, surface temperature 57,000 degrees Celsius, 5700 degrees Celsius, core temperature 1.5 into 10 to the power 7 degrees Celsius, energy radiation 4 into 10 to the power 26 joule per second, energy radiation on surface of Earth 1.4 kilowatt per square meter. Now we are going to discuss about the thermonuclear fusion reaction. The main source of energy in sun is thermonuclear fusion reaction. Thermonuclear fusion reaction continuously takes place in the sun, and we get heat and light energy. Thermonuclear fusion reaction, the process due to which the nuclei of light atoms like hydrogen combine to form a stable heavy nucleus like helium with the release of large amount of energy is called thermonuclear fusion reaction. Here we can see in reaction as well, hydrogen, which is light atom, combine to form a stable and heavy nucleus helium and gives a large amount of energy, and the process is known as the thermonuclear fusion reaction. Here are some of the evidences of nuclear fusion reaction that take place on the sun. There is a huge amount of hydrogen which participates in nuclear fusion. There is plenty of helium in sun. There is enough temperature in the sun to split the hydrogen atom into plasma state. There is extreme pressure on the sun to combine the similar charged nuclei. So here is one of the important question from this topic sun. So why is sun considered as the ultimate source of energy? The sun provides energy for all living beings on the earth, directly or indirectly. We use solar energy for cooking food, drying clothes, and generating electricity. Coal, mineral oil, etc. are the outcome of solar energy. Plant stores solar energy in the form of chemical energy. It means that the plant uses solar energy for photosynthesis. Hydropower is also an outcome of solar energy. Water in the river is either formed by melting of ice or raining. For melting of ice, solar energy is needed. Similarly, water of rivers and ocean must be evaporated for raining, which is possible only in the presence of solar energy. Therefore, we can conclude that sun is the ultimate source of energy. Here is a chart showing sun as the ultimate source of energy. Plant also need solar energy to synthesize their food. Animal they need the solar energy as well. Heat solar heat causes winds, tides, sea waves, etc. That is the reason sun is considered as the ultimate source of energy. Fossil fuel. The material which provides heat energy on burning is called fuel, and the fuel which are presented on Earth crust as remains of plants and animals are called fossil fuels. Wood, coal, diesel, petrol, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, etc. are examples of fossil fuel. Coal. Coal is a black mineral-like material which is a complex mixture of compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen and some free carbon. There are different types of coal formed inside the earth like peat, lignite, bituminous, and anthracite. The best quality coal is anthracite and the least quality coal is peat. Anthracite it is considered as the highest quality coal because in anthracite there is more presence of carbon, whereas in peat there is less presence of carbon. That is the reason peat is considered as the least quality coal. Now we are going to discuss some of the applications of coal. Coal is used as fuel in steam engines, cooking, thermal power station and industries. Coal is used to prepare coal gas and coke, which in turn are used as good fuel. Coal is used as a source of chemicals like benzene, toluene, phenol, naphthalene, etc., which are used in the manufacture of dyes, drugs, explosives, etc. Mineral oil, petroleum. Petroleum is a dark-colored viscous liquid and is a complex mixture of compounds containing mainly carbon and hydrogen. It is found beneath the Earth's surface and is formed by the decay of tiny marine animals and plant bodies under the earth about millions of years ago. For this reason, it is also known as fossil fuel. Petrol, diesel, kerosene, mobile, etc. are some of the examples of mineral oil. Importance of mineral oil. Mineral oil or petroleum is used in transportation. It is used in heating purposes. Also for lighting purposes. It is used to power heavy and light machinery and industry. It is used in generating electricity. It is also used in manufacturing fertilizers, plastics, insecticides, color paints, medicines, etc. Hydroelectric energy. We know that the energy obtained from water is called hydroenergy, and if the hydroenergy is used to generate electric current, it is called hydroelectricity or hydroelectric energy. Nepal is rich in hydroelectric power with total estimated capacity of 83,000 megawatt. Here are some of the advantages of hydroelectricity. Producing hydroelectric power does not pollute environment. That means it is eco-friendly. The hydroelectric energy is natural and renewable source of energy. Hydroelectric plants have low operating cost. Hydro reservoirs are multi-purpose and used for supplying water for drinking, irrigation, industries, fisheries, etc. Disadvantage of hydroelectricity. It causes thousands of hectares of fertile land to submerge in water. For example, thousands of hectares of land of Nepal is under water of Kosi Dam. Settlements of large number of families of humans are affected. The life of aquatic animals in the downstream of dam is greatly affected. Application of hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity can be used for various household purposes such as cooling, heating, lighting, cooking, etc. It is also used in transportation. also used in irrigation for agriculture, used in telecommunication to power electric devices. Here are some of the limitations of hydroelectricity. Energy level is not constant, it varies from time to time. Sufficient flowing water is not available at all places. If proper construction is not made in rivers, migration of aquatic animals are also affected by it. Here is one question. Give two reasons to justify that the use of hydroelectricity should be increased more than that of fossil fuel energy. The use of hydroelectricity should be used more than fossil fuel because of following reasons. Hydroelectricity it is renewable, but fossil fuel it is non-renewable. Hydroelectricity it is pollution free, it does not cause any sort of pollution, whereas fossil fuel it causes air pollution when they are used. Next question. Write any two reasons why higher priority is given for the production of hydroelectricity in Nepal. So in context of Nepal, so more priority should be given to the hydroelectricity because hydropower is the most potential source of energy in Nepal. Nepal belongs to the second richest country after Brazil in hydroelectric power potentially due to its water sources. Hydroelectricity is cheaper on long-term basis, also renewable and does not cause any sort of pollution. The use of solar energy should be increased in context of Nepal. Why? The use of solar energy should be increased in context of Nepal because Nepal is facing the acute scarcity of energy sources like petroleum products, electricity. Solar energy it is renewable sources of energy and hence it can be obtained continuously. That is the reason the use of solar energy should be increased in the context of our country Nepal. Alternative sources of energy. The sources of energy which are available in nature and can be used by technology of recent time and used instead of non-renewable sources of energy are called alternative sources of energy. Or we can simply say that the sources of energy which can be used instead of non-renewable sources of energy are called the alternative sources of energy. Example: biofuel, nuclear energy, wind energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, etc. Here, now we are going to discuss some of the examples of alternative sources of energy one by one. So here, in one number, it comes biofuel. Biofuel. The fuel obtained from biomass or cow dung, firewood, etc. is called biofuel. The waste materials of living organisms like cattle dung and dead part of living beings like wood, tree, straw are called biomass. The energy obtained from biomass is called biomass energy. Biogas is a mixture of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. However, the main constituent of biogas is methane. Biogas is produced by the anaerobic decomposition of animal wastes or plant wastes in the presence of water. Anaerobic bacteria decompose these waste materials in presence of water and convert them into methane and some other gases. In this way, biogas is produced in biogas plant. The physical installation to produce biogas from biomass is called a biogas plant. Uses of biofuel. Biomass fuel can be used in cooking and heating in houses. It can be used for lighting as well. It is used to run engines such as water pumps, etc. Advantages of using biofuel. Biofuel it is cheaper than other fuel because the raw materials needed for the production of biogas are not costly and are locally available. It has high caloric value. It is a clean fuel and does not produce smoke or harmful gases, thus it does not cause air pollution. After the decomposition of biomass, the residue, slurry, left is good manure because it is rich in nitrogen and phosphorus compound. Because of these advantages of biogas, we can say that the biogas plants are boon to the farmers. Now we are going to discuss another alternative source of energy, that is nuclear energy. The process in which the nucleus of an atom becomes unstable artificially or naturally and causes and changes into a new nucleus or nuclei is called nuclear reaction. And the energy released in a nuclear reaction in which one nucleus transforms into another nucleus is called nuclear energy. Generally, during a nuclear reaction, there is a decrease in mass which is converted into energy according to famous Einstein equation E equals to mc square, where E is the energy release, m is mass loss of nucleus, converted into energy, and c is the velocity of light in vacuum. According to the above equation, E equals to mc square. Even a small quantity of matter, when converted into energy, is capable of giving a tremendous amount of nuclear energy. This fact will be clear from the following example. Let 1 gram of matter is converted into energy. So now we are going to convert 1 gram matter into energy. So mass equals to 1 gram equals to 10 to the power minus 3 kg. C equals to velocity of light in vacuum, which is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second square. By the formula E equals to mc square. So value of m mass is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, and that of c velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole square. So we get 9 into 10 to the power 13 joule, which is a tremendous amount of energy. That means from 1 gram of matter we will be able to produce 9 into 10 to the power 13 joule of energy. The nuclear energy released from the nucleus of an atom, popularly known as atomic energy, and there are two types of nuclear reaction. They are nuclear fusion and fission reaction. Nuclear fusion, the process due to which the nuclei of the light atom combine to form a stable heavy nucleus with the release of large amount of energy is called nuclear fusion. The nuclear fusion reaction inside the core at the sun are given below. So here we can see in the reaction as well. So hydrogen, so we know that hydrogen, it is light atom and it is unstable, and helium, it is comparatively to the hydrogen, it is heavy and also is stable. Hydrogen, 4 hydrogen atom. So from the given reaction we came to know that when 4 hydrogen nuclei fuses together, they form 1 helium nucleus along with the release of huge amount of energy. Next one, nuclear fission, the process by which a heavy radioactive nucleus is broken into 2 lighter nuclei of comparable masses, releasing a tremendous amount of energy, is called nuclear fission. The nuclear fission reaction is carried out by the bombarding the heavy nuclei with neutrons. This process takes place as follows. When uranium 235 atoms are bombarded with slow-moving neutrons, the heavy uranium nucleus is split up to produce 2 medium-weight atoms. They are barium 139 and krypton 94, with the emission of 3 neutrons. During this reaction, some masses of uranium is lost, which produces an enormous amount of energy, and the reaction is given below. So here uranium, so it is a heavy unstable nucleus. It strikes with neutron and get split into stable and light nuclei, that is barium atom and krypton atom, with 3 neutrons, and the release of tremendous amount of energy. Advantages of nuclear energy. It is used to generate electricity. Radioactive elements like radium is used to treat diseases like cancer. The fuel once filled can be used for a long time. Disadvantages of nuclear energy. It causes serious health hazard due to the emission of radiation like alpha, beta and gamma rays. Safe disposal of nuclear wastes is a big handicap. Now we are going to discuss some of the differences between nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. So in nuclear fusion, 2 light nuclei fuse to form a heavy nucleus, whereas in fission, a heavy nucleus is split into 2 smaller nuclei. Nuclear fusion takes place at very high temperature, whereas nuclear fission, it is independent of temperature. It does not depend on temperature. The product of nuclear fusion are non-radioactive and do not cause disposal problem, whereas the product of nuclear fission are radioactive in nature and cause disposal problems. Nuclear fusion does not require slow neutron to initiate reaction, whereas nuclear fission, it requires slow neutron to initiate reaction. Nuclear fusion is not a chain reaction, but nuclear fission, it is a chain reaction. Nuclear fusion cannot be controlled to generate electricity, whereas nuclear fission, it can be controlled to generate electricity. Tidal energy. The enormous movement of water between the high tides and low tides provide a source of energy called tidal energy, and it is used to generate electricity. Advantage of tidal energy. Tidal energy is retainable, free, and a continuous source of energy. Tidalization has a long lifespan and amount of energy produced is enormous. Limitation of tidal energy. Tidal plants can cause disruption in navigation system and endanger birds and fish species. It is not useful in landlocked countries like Nepal. Wind energy. The energy processed by wind is called wind energy, and it is used to generate electricity. It is used to move sailing boat. Advantages of wind energy. It is available free of cost. It does not cause any environmental pollution. Geothermal energy. The heat energy from hot rocks present inside the earth is called geothermal energy. So here is one question. How is geothermal energy obtained? Explain. The extremely hot rocks present below the surface of the earth heat the underground water and turn it into steam. In such places, two holes are drilled into the earth through which the metal pipes are put into them. Cold water is pumped in through one of the pipes. The cold water turns into steam due to heat of rocks. The steam thus formed comes out through another pipe. The steam thus obtained is used to boil water and to produce electricity. Advantages of geothermal energy. It is a stable and reliable source as it is not affected by weather or seasonal change. It is clean, environment friendly and economical. Disadvantage of geothermal energy. There are limited places where geothermal energy can be exploited. Further, plants have to be set up nearby of selected sites only. It has a high cost because of preliminary investigation, exploration, assessment and drilling. Solar energy. The energy obtained from sun is called solar energy. Application of solar energy. Solar energy provides light energy. It provides warmth on Earth's surface. It regulates flow of wind and water cycle on Earth. It helps the plant to grow, which in turn provides food to us. It is used for heating and cooking purpose. Solar energy has created the fossil fuel over a period of millions of years. Solar cells convert solar energy into electrical energy. Advantages of solar energy. It is pollution-free source of energy. It is available in abundance. It is an inexhaustible source of energy. Limitation, disadvantage of solar energy. Solar energy it is not available uniformly all over the surface of Earth. Its storage is problematic. Solar energy is not available during night. If the sky is covered with cloud in daytime, solar energy will not be available to us. This means that solar energy is available for less duration during rainy and winter season. Present status of energy consumption. According to the present status of energy used in the world, 35% of total energy of demand is fulfilled by mineral oil, 27% from coal, 13% from biomass, 5% from hydroelectricity and 3% from nuclear energy. About 17% energy required is fulfilled by other sources like solar energy, tidal energy, and wind energy. Energy demand is increasing by 2.5% per year. Energy crisis. About 80% of the present demand of energy has been fulfilled by fossil fuel. If the sources are exploited at this rate, then it is sure that they will be finished by 2076 AD. But as the need of energy is increasing by 2.3% per year, the reserve if these sources will not last after 2037 AD. The extreme shortage of available fossil fuel to meet out the ever-increasing demand of energy is called energy crisis. Factors responsible for energy crisis. Use of non-renewable sources of energy, growing population which requires more energy consumption, rapid industrialization, advanced style of life increasing the consumption of energy, unthoughtful and wasteful use of energy in the past. Conservation of energy. The judicious use of energy is called conservation of energy, and it can be solved by following ways: controlling the population growth using renewable and alternative sources of energy, judicious use of available sources of energy using efficient fuel consuming devices, conserving the existing source of energy and avoiding unnecessary use of fossil fuel. Now we are going to discuss few questions. Write any 2 points to justify that urbanization bring energy crisis. Increasing urbanization bring energy crisis due to following reasons. Along with the increasing urbanization, the demand of petroleum products has been increasing day by day to run automobiles, industries, etc. Such enormous demand of energy bring energy crisis. The urbanization of present-day world is due to energy for heat, light, and power. To meet the necessities of increasing population, the demand of energy sources is increasing throughout the world. But till now, we are depending mainly on petroleum products, which cannot last longer as they are non-renewable energy sources and their stock is limited in nature. Therefore, we can say that increasing urbanization brings energy crisis. Write down any 4 methods for solving energy crisis. By using existing source of energy wisely and economically, by conserving and avoiding unnecessary use of fossil fuel, by developing and using alternative energy sources to replace the conventional energy sources, by developing and using the devices that can be operated by renewable energy sources. Next question. In the present world, the use of hydroelectricity is increasing. So the use of hydroelectricity is increasing because the use of electric and electronic appliances is increasing day by day and urbanization is increasing day by day. Next question. Why the use of wood as a fuel is not advised although forests can be replenished? It is because while burning firewood, smoke is produced which causes air pollution. Widespread use of firewood risks deforestation which affects rain cycle. Write 2 reasons to encourage the farmers by government of Nepal to establish biogas plant. The 2 reasons to encourage the farmers by government of Nepal to establish biogas plant are as follows. Biogas is renewable and cheap sources of energy and can be generated easily. The byproduct of biogas is good manure which increases the fertility of soil. Energy crisis may occur in world in near future. Write 2 reasons to justify this statement. Energy crisis may occur in world in near future. 2 reasons to justify this statement are as follows. The demand of energy sources is increasing rapidly due to population growth. There is overuse of non-renewable sources like coal, petroleum, diesel, etc. By this, we have completed notes of this unit energy. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. Hope to get your suggestion regarding this video in comment section.